Hello, I love the Ebon Hawk. It's my favorite Star Wars ship for sure. And I had built the 3,000 piece one over the course of 9 months. And it was very fun. And I got all done with it and I can't play with it. It's so heavy and it's so fragile. And I just, anytime I have to pick it up, my heart stops. I wanted something I could play with, so I built this little guy. It's by no means perfect, but I just built it out of spare parts. And if you have a bunch of spare Lego lying around, I'll try to teach you how to build this. If you want to see a complete parts list before you get started, um, there's a Reddit post for this, and you could find it there, but there's also one in the description for this video. And before we get started building it, just a heads up that this video is being sponsored. It's being sponsored by NordVPN, and more information about them at the end of this video. All right, let's get started. Okay, let's start building. I'm gonna go fast so that this video isn't like 4 hours. Yeah, pause it if you're building along with me. First thing you'll need are 2 of these to build the base of the Ebon Hawk. And then we'll also get out 2 of these. And these are just going to snap onto here. I didn't have 2 matching ones of these, so I used this one with the holes in it. Yeah, yours doesn't need to have the holes in it. But if it has the holes, that's okay. Also, these were gray bricks at one point that I spray painted. You probably can't see it too well, but yeah, I spray painted both of those red. Which is cheating, but that's okay. Then either get out 2 of these black 1x4. That's a little hard to see on the black surface here. The black 1x4s, or if you just have one black 1x8, that would work better, honestly. Those are just going to go on the bottom here. So you can start to see the shape of the Ebon Hawk taking shape. And then the next thing, obviously, we need is something like down the middle, the place where the people live and work. That's a weird way to phrase that. Okay, so you'll need 1 gray one of these. The gray one goes here, across the 2 black pieces. And then you'll need 2 more. They could be gray. They could be... This is hard to see. There we go. I have one that's like this mint color, and then one that's white. These 2 won't be seen, so whatever color you have lying around, just use that. And you're going to put 3 across there like that, and it will be kind of weird and try to not line up, so give it a little shove. Try to line them up as best you can. Okay, done with that. And just for good measure, just to actually hold this in place a little better, let's now grab, here we are. Let's grab, here, nope. I've got all my parts in little containers. So grab this one, the one that has studs on one side, not on the other. And we will put that at the back here. And then we could grab one of these, just a standard 1x2, and we could put that here. Okay, that feels more stable. Yay! Hooray! God, the glare on that. I'm very sorry. That's annoying. We'll solve that real quick. Let's actually do that now. The reason you have those 3 2-to-1 pieces, that's what I call them, I know that's not the official name, probably. Is that's where you're going to build the cockpit of the Ebon Hawk. So you'll need this one, the 1x6. And it should be a light gray. And onto there, we're going to attach, should be your one and only, right? Yeah, your one and only red 1x4. You're going to put that on the bottom and offset it by 1, just like that. Let me check my pictures just to make sure that's correct. Okay, yeah, it is. And then, last but not least, you need one of these fellas, the red 1x1 plank, I guess. And then that'll get stuck onto there. All right, and then, so you should have the 3 studs exposed on the bottom, and yeah, that'll go right there. Ooh, that's starting to look like an Ebon Hawk to me. Well, let's build out some of the wings here. Yeah, this is probably the right time to do it. Okay, these wings, as you know, aren't entirely symmetrical. You've got the, is this mirrored for you? Let's see. No. So yeah, on this side you'd have the loading ramp. And then on this side you just have that awkward, like, angular thing. I don't know what it is. So let's tackle this side first with the loading ramp. We'll get one of these pieces. Let's see if I can show that better. It's this one. I think they call them a bracket piece. Looks like that. If you have one of these that's actually just like half this, so kind of like that, or it's just one long, that's actually better. Yeah, you'd have to do a little modification, but that would honestly be better. And we'll put that here. Yeah, if you had one, I would say put it here, and then behind it just put a single, probably gray plank, like a 1x1 light gray plank, or maybe a red one. I'm not sure what would look correct. Maybe a red one would be right. You'll figure it out because you're so smart, and I can't picture it in my little head. Next piece I'll have is a black 1x2, and I'll stick that over here. Now, and because I painted these red, it's a real pain to try to stick those down. Okay, and then last piece we're going to stick on for now is a red 1x2, and that's going to go up into this corner here. Yeah, like that. So, got that done. Let's stick on, what would be the next thing you would need? The next thing, we'll keep going on this same side. It should be this guy. Okay, so we're going to build the bottom of the loading ramp here. Already? Yes, already. You need one of these. I don't know what the official name is, but the Clippy Dude. Okay, so Clippy Dude, that's going to go here. Yep, like that. So that is there. And then let's just put the loading ramp on now. Yeah, I had used, this was the best thing I had for the loading ramp. So I used this one. It's rounded at the bottom, so maybe that's not the best. But, I think it's fine. If you had one that's more squared off, maybe that'd be better. I put it upside down like that. Yeah, kind of for obvious reasons. It looks better that way. And yeah, that's sort of what it looks like from the front. Loading ramp. Okay, fun. To keep that in place, to keep that little one stud in place, you should have one of these L-shaped pieces in light gray. And you can probably figure out exactly where that's going to go. Right on there. So that's, I'll let you look there. That's about as much as we'll do on that wing for now. I'll switch over to doing the other wing. The other wing is easier. So if that one was not too bad for you, then this one will be a breeze. We're going to start the same way with one of these angled brackets. Again, if you have the one long brackets, use that instead. It'll look better at the end. I'll show you at the end too. I'll do a little, here's how I would improve it if I actually bought pieces instead of just using whatever the heck I found under my bed. So yeah, that'll go there. Just like the other side, should look symmetrical. And then, sorry if me shuffling through the bricks is super loud. Then we need this one, a black 1x4, and that's gonna go here. Yeah, I'm just recording this on a pretty crappy webcam, so audio is probably not ideal, and it's glary, but it works. Okay, we're gonna need one of these, and that is actually gonna go back here to bridge across those two black pieces. And do we want to add anything else onto that side? No, probably not for now. Let's keep going on. Let's go on to I'm consulting some pictures I had taken. So if I'm doing awkward pauses, that's why. I don't know how to build this thing from memory. So yeah. I'm looking at pictures. Okay, on to one of these pieces. According to Lego, or according to Bricklink anyway, they called these like headlight pieces. And I guess I get why, but yeah. Normally they have more technical sounding names. You don't need a headlight piece. You don't need this one that's sort of inset and has that beveled edge. If you just have the one that's a standard 1x1 brick but has a dot on one face, that'll work as well. Your dimensions will be slightly different, but you know, we're all built a little different. You're going to attach to that one of these. Oh, that's not the best angle to look at it. One of these, the little ramp pieces. We're going to attach it like this. Beep. Okay. At least I think it's that way. Let's look. It's going to go right here. Did I do it right? I did. So that's what it should look like. This is that part on the, I guess, left side of the cockpit. If you were sat in the driver's seat, the flyer seat, I don't know what you call it. I could probably use words like starboard and port if I knew what they meant. But yeah, it's that little part on the side that, yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's angled. So there's my solution for that. Okay, that's done there. Let's actually start building part of the cockpit here. So to start with, we'll need one of these pieces, another 2-to-1. This one does need to be gray, well, light gray. I'm just going to call this gray. If I say gray, you know what I mean. That's going to go right up the front, yeah, here. Okay, that's stuck on. And we're going to build on top of that the actual, like, glass windows, the windows of the cockpit. So this part's kind of weird. This was a little trial and error before I figured out what looked good. So, oh, this is going to be terrible to try to see, but take my word for it. I'll get this real nice and close and blurry as all heck. Yeah, you can't see that at all. Okay, it's a trans black 1x1 plank, I guess technically. Yeah, if you've looked in the parts list, it's the trans black 1x1 plank. So I'm gonna attach that to the top here. And then I have the trans black, what did they call this one? The flat plank? What's the correct word for it? Who cares? But yeah, this one here. That's gonna go here. This is gonna kill me. What is the correct word? Not flat plank, but oh, tile. There we go. I had to grab my mouse. There we go. Okay, the tile. That's what it's called. It does need to be a tile. It looks like, well, couldn't I just use a plank? It does need to be a tile, and you'll see why very soon. Actually, let's just build that part so you can see why. Okay, so I'm going to consult my pictures here really quick just to make sure I don't oops anything. Yeah, this isn't an oops, but actually this is something we should do first. Don't worry, you're in capable hands. Okay, so grab any color of a 1x2 tile. If you want to be a dork like me, use the weirdest one you have. I have this 100 currency note. It looks like $100. So I put that right here. A little Easter egg. Hide something weird in there. And then when you take this apart later, you'll be like, why did I do that? So you'll want one of those. And then you'll want also a black stud, right? Black stud with a hole in it. It does need to have a hole in it. And you will probably want this to be black. If you don't want to buy just one black stud, it would be okay to have a light gray one. But if you've looked at the Ebon Hawk, there's that band of black that runs right across here. And this will show ever so slightly. So if you have a black one, great. If you don't, no need to go out and buy one, I don't think. Okay, so now that we've got those in, now we'll finish the cockpit with one of these boys. This is the 1x2 brick with studs on both sides. So if you were thinking that cockpit looks too narrow, here's why. We're going to start with one of these. It's probably easier to attach the pieces to it. Grab out your two 1x3 tiles and smack them on there. On the sides, anyway. Like this. If that sort of makes sense. What I've done there. Everything's mirrored on my screen, so that's why I look like I'm drunk. So do that. This gap here, that's going to go around the glass cockpit. So this is going to stick down here. And if it's anything like mine, it's a little tricky to get it on there. But once you get it there, you can see like that's the sides of the cockpit. And from a front view, it looks like if you look at the front of the Ebon Hawk, it has, or if you look from the front of the Ebon Hawk, there is some side detailing on the cockpit. It looks a little different to what I've done there, but I wanted to kind of capture that, so that's why I did it in that way. And also, just like counting wise, it comes out the best that way. Let's pause on the cockpit. Let's try to finish this over here. That we need something there. I'm going to consult my instructions real quick. I don't exactly remember who or what goes there. Would it just be one of those? Dun, dun. And then you'd go up to there and up to there. Oh, 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 I guess it is. Okay. Well, never mind. I was thinking of this right. But I was like, nah, that cannot be. Okay, so let's just do one of these for now. Nah, let's do both. So grab out two of these. The black 1x2. I just call them grill pieces because they look like a grill. Okay, so one is gonna go over here. To start to finish that side. The other one will go in the exact same spot but on the other wing. So right here. Nice. Okay, now let's do the top of the loading ramp. Well, I say the top of the loading ramp. It's, I guess, the ceiling of the entrance. I don't know what the heck to call it. I'll start with this one. I don't know what to call this thingy, but you can see it, maybe. If you can't see it, it's like the stud with the bar on it. And then you'll also need this one. It's the 1x2 with the clip on top. And you're going to attach these two, but upside down. So like that. You end up with something like that. We're going to attach the rounded one. And we're going to attach it on top of here. There will be a slight gap between the cockpit and that. It's millimeters. Get over it. What this does is, from the front, if you look at the Ebon Hawk, this area right here, let me turn it this way. This area is slanted down. And then you'd have from the bottom the loading ramp, which, yeah, you could load up all your friends and then close it and fly away. So yeah, it's got a moving loading ramp. You're so fancy. Okay, next thing, let's get two more of those black grill pieces. Where did I put that? Here we go. These guys, and those are gonna go here, and they're gonna go here. They're only gonna attach onto one stud on both sides, so you know, use your best judgment to line them up, close enough. We'll put on a few more pieces that might help them stay aligned in like 5 or so minutes. Speaking of which, let's put these two on. I'm kind of hopping all over the place, but I'm just trying to make sure we build up in a way where we're not going to have to take pieces off because we can't fit stuff where it's supposed to go. When I was building this the first time, that is exactly what I was doing. I'd build something. I mean, you've built stuff on your own probably. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, take it off, start over. Yeah, I did the same. So I'm trying to avoid that. So those two 1x2 bricks go either side of your mystery piece. Yep. Oh, I didn't mention it in here. It's on the parts list, but these three 1x2 bricks can literally be any color. They won't show to the outside world, so use what you have. All right. So let's do this next. You should have, and I should have as well. Oh, here it is. One last 1x2 grill in black. And that one's gonna go, so this is kind of weird. If you're not super Lego-y, I'm gonna show this off just in case. There's that little like piece, appendage. I don't know what to call it. I don't know a good English word for that. But it's that little bump on the bottom there. That thing is just the right size to be able to fit into the hole here. So that's your target. Yeah, if you miss, you'll know it. It should slide in there pretty easily, and it's an okay fit. At least it shouldn't fall out if you tip it upside down. If you're doing barrel rolls, you'll be fine. Don't worry. Okay, what should we do next? Let's see. Should we finish the front or do the back? Vote in the comments. Yeah, let's finish the back, actually. Let's finish the back up. Here's where we'll talk about some big options you have. Let me first show you how I did the back, but I don't think this is the best way to do it at all. I'd actually really like to see if any of you build this, what you come up with, because it will no doubt be better than what I do. Okay, so first thing I'll do, I'm going to have 3 of these gray studs. They could or could not have a hole in them. Literally doesn't matter. I'm going to stack them up together and make one of these. And then I'm going to repeat that process to make another one. So make 2 of those. And then those are going to go... Actually, let's just set those off to the side for now. I got ahead of myself. I got too excited. Yeah, let's put those off to the side. And let me instead... I just noticed we're missing one little piece. Not missing, but I need to attach one little piece. And yeah, and you need to as well if you're following along. Okay, it's this one here. A 1x2 gray piece, and that's just going to go right here. Okay, now that should be flat across the top. All right, so now we've got these 2 little stacks here. I'm going to leave those to one side, and I'm going to instead get out. All right, let's see. I'm going to put these 3 away, because I actually don't need them. Sorry if that was confusing. We're going to get out 4 of these guys, the ones with the bevel on them, or again, if yours aren't beveled, we still love you. They'll work. I'll talk about what to do if yours aren't beveled, because I actually have a suggestion that would be slightly different. Then I'm going to get out 4 of... Get 4 of those, the little 1x1 ramp pieces. And then 4 1x1 planks. Bang, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So what I'm going to build, I'm going to build 4 of these. I'm going to take this thing that's beveled, the headlight piece. I'm going to put the square on there so that it's now a little extended beyond where it's going to attach. And then I'll put the angled piece on sideways so you could see what that would look like. And those are going to go here. where the angle here should match this curvature here. Obviously, it's a straight line trying to approximate a curve. So, you know, if you've taken your calculus, we're doing some tangent lines here. Yeah, I mean, if you, here's where, okay, side tangent, no pun intended. If you had just like a curved piece that could fully fit this curve here and attach maybe onto that stud, cool. I think there's even one that perfectly matches this outline and has that zigzag. Awesome if you have those lying around. I didn't. And if you look at the back of the Ebon Hawk, it's not like just one smooth curve. It is kind of bumpy and jagged and has some character. So I would recommend, honestly, not just making it one smooth curve. I think that would look quite boring. So yeah, I don't think I did the best job back here. I tried at this for maybe 30 minutes, and this was kind of the best I came up with. So again, if you come up with something better, show us all on Reddit or elsewhere. So yeah, I made one here, one here. Yep, you'll notice like there's now just kind of one spot, and that's where these little stacks go. The stack of 3 studs. And then here's what that ends up looking like on the side. Yeah, it's kind of like gappy, and I don't know, I kind of like it. I especially like the gap under there. I think that's got some character, that it's not like perfectly flush with the bottom. Do I like these big like caverns into here? Not really, but I think it gives the back character rather than just being smooth. And then I'll replicate the same thing on the other side. Here's where I would say if you don't have these ones that are inset, the headlight type, if yours are just like a stud on the side of a 1x1 brick, don't, maybe I should have said this earlier, but don't put this in, and you can probably see why. And I think yours will be a, yeah, just looking at it, yours will be a little inset from where mine is. If you don't put in this 1x1 plank, but that's okay. I'm trying my best to put these on the correct direction. I did all 4 correct. Yay. When I was doing this the first time, I kept putting them backward, and then I'd match it up. Oh, that's wrong. I'd have to flip them around. Okay, so here's what the back sort of looks like. This is from like the wing side, and then across the back. I like it. I think it looks good. Once you have all that stuff, you'll notice, hey, that's pretty flat across the top. Be nice to have some of these boys. And yeah, we'll use 2 of those to be the top half, or the top of the Ebon Hawk. Yep, so that anyway, that's why this has to be flat, is because that's right on the joint of these 2 pieces. So it's not like you could use some sort of fancy schmancy stuff. Because yeah, you've just got the joint of hard plastic there. Okay, so there's that. You've got the back half of this done, essentially, except for the thrusters, so why don't we just do that now? That'll take 2 of these little gray pieces. Do I know what these are called? Nope. I just call them the pin stud, because it's a stud with a pin. Okay, so those go on the back. Oops, did I just break something? Oh no, that's just the loading ramp. Okay. 1 and 2. So that goes there. And then if you have some nice light orange studs, then those can go on the back as your thrusters. And yeah, if you didn't have the little gray pin things, you could just stick the little orange directly onto the gray ones. But I like this. It gives a look of like the center of the thruster, and then like the flames shooting around it. Yeah. I'm sure if you wanted to make a better thruster, you could, but I kind of like the way that looks. Okay, okay. Let's finish up these wings first. I feel like I'm missing a piece here. Let me check my instructions. Oh yeah, that's what this guy's for. I don't need to check the instructions. You should have a red 1 by... Why am I moving so much? A red 1 by 2 plank. This one's a little chipped from where I bit it, trying to take it off earlier. Because again, I'd painted this thing, and I swear this 2 by 4 was still wet. And then I stuck this down, and I kind of glued them together with spray paint. So yeah, I had to bite that off. That was big fun. What to do next? Let's do this. Get out one of these, and then get out a red 1 by 1 stud. Well, not stud, but plank. This could honestly be any color, though. It doesn't need to be red, and you'll see why. I mean, a good substitute might be black or light gray, just because it might show up a little bit. Like if you're looking inside the loading ramp, let's see, can we see it? Is it visible? Can I get the loading ramp open? Will I answer any of my questions? Can we see it? Maybe. Honestly, I can't even tell. Yeah, I can barely see it. So if you had like hot pink or green in there, yeah, you might see it, but not the end of the world. So that will go there. We'll do the same exact thing on the other side. So one of these and a square piece. Fit those together. And then, oh yeah, should go over the black piece here. If you look at a picture of the Ebon Hawk, it does have this black something on the wings in between those two curved pieces. It's not just like a smooth curve all the way around. It kind of curves and then comes in, and there's something black in there. So that's why I put the black pieces. Oh, there, now you can see it underneath this curve here and here. If you want to make this better, I didn't do much on the bottom. Like there should be a corresponding curve to match this top one, probably along the bottom. I didn't have any of those pieces, the upside down sloped pieces, so I didn't put anything on the bottom. But yeah, that would be one big improvement someone could make, is like have the corresponding curve along the bottom. And then to finish off this side here, you'll need two of those and two of those, the ramp pieces. Let's think. The gray ones go to the back, so that'll go here and here. Yep, that looks good. And then the red ones will go up front. And here's another thing that you can improve. 1 second. I'm going to go grab a piece that I think would work better here. Oh yeah. Okay. The reason I'm not going to use this, I took this thing off of my adult size Ebon Hawk, the one that's like 3,000 whatever pieces. It's one of these. It's a weird shaped piece. Yeah, if you play with Lego enough, you'll be like, oh, I know what that is. It's that thing. This would look way better up here, I think. And maybe you would... Well, here, let's stick it on and see. We can do... Did I put it on the wrong side? Wait, that looks terrible. Ignore my advice. It would need to go the other direction, wouldn't it? I'll show you what it looks like. Haha! See, I thought this would look much better. I never tried this to see what it would look like, but I was like, oh, this will look so much better, but I just don't have one of these. That actually looks god-awful. It's the right idea, but it would need to be like one stud higher. But then if you raise it up by one stud, it won't look right with the gray piece in the background. Okay, so maybe just ignore me. Don't use that. I'll just edit that out, maybe. So instead, I put this one here, this guy, the angle, the ramp. And yeah, the reason I did one gray, one red is, yeah, if you look at the Ebon Hawk, it's kind of a two-tone thing here. It's not exactly halfway, but yeah, gives it some character. Oh my gosh, we're almost done. We need to build basically the top of this. We need to do some detailing here and then build the gun. Yeah, okay, let's start by, let's finish the cockpit. That'll be easy. We need, yep, there we go. We need a 1x4 tile, and then we need a 1x3 plank, and stick those together, with the, oh, obviously with the plank on the bottom. I was gonna say, with the plank on the bottom. Yeah, no, that, how else would you do it? And then we should have, here it is. We should have a red, a 1x1 there. And then we'll stick that on the bottom here. So you have that sort of a thing. And the gray is going to go like that. Oh, let me show you it the correct way. The gray should match up with the gray below. So you have that nice line of gray there. And then you have the red that sort of comes down and comes up from there. I'm particularly proud of that because if you look at the original Ebon Hawk, it has that reddish brown that, yeah, kind of comes down. And then, yeah, the trans black part looks like a nice window there. As you can tell, I'm pretty proud of how the cockpit turned out. Yeah. So that's your cockpit done. Let's do, there's going to be one piece that needs to go there. Where is it? Here we go. It's this weird one, the round one with just the hole in the top. That's going to go here. It's going to only attach on 2 of the 4 studs, but it holds well enough. And yeah, I liked that you can kind of still see that black grill through there. All right, then we're going to complete the, just move this thing out of here. We're going to complete the sort of horseshoe shape of the red that goes around the back of the Ebon Hawk here. So you'll need, here they are. Okay, here we go. 2 of these guys, the 2 red 1x2 tiles, those are going to go directly behind these sloped pieces, like that. Yep. They should be at the same level as each other. And then that black band there is a little lower. Again, I'm pretty proud of how that turned out, because that's, I mean, on my large Lego Ebon Hawk, that's how it looks. And that recessed look definitely gives it a more, I think it gives it more character. But no, in all seriousness, I think it looks really good. And I hope you do too. And then 2 of these, the red 2-to-1 pieces, are gonna go here and here. And the reason we have these 2 studs is for those, what are they? I don't know what they are, but those parts on the Ebon Hawk that are like, they kind of look like I don't know, exhaust pipes or something on the back. I don't know what to call them. But you know what I mean when you look at the top and the bottom of the Ebon Hawk. They look like massive air intakes or something. Now let's see. So I attached these very weirdly. Lego would not approve, I'm sure. Let me just really quickly check how I do this, because I think I remember. It's that one and then, yeah, okay. So you're gonna attach it to, let's get out a pointy tool because my fingies are not good pointers. You're gonna attach it into this spot here, the second opening, and yep. And then I'll put both on. I'm not gonna turn them initially. I'll keep them, nope, that's wrong. Okay, come on, little guy. I'll keep them like flat and perpendicular to where they're connected. So it should sort of look like that. But as you know, that's not really what it looks like. It looks more like that. So you can push them in a little bit, and that's how I got that like very slight angling, which is how it really looks. So yeah, there's that. All right, we're at the point where we're pretty much done with this, but it needs, you know, well, guns, and lots of them. All right, so guns. No, actually, that's one thing I do like about the Ebon Hawk, is it's not kitted out with tons of guns, and it just looks like a very sleek ship. So get 2 of these. No idea what these are called. And then those are going to go on the sides here. So, again, I had the 1x2 black piece here, but if you have the 1x1, it's going to look a lot better. Maybe at some point I'll just plump for one of those and like actually buy it. But probably not. I don't care enough. And yeah, I bought no pieces for this, and I kind of like that fact, so I'll probably never change it. Okay, so yeah, you've got your little side guns. Okay, but we need our big top gun, and not like the movie with Tom Cruise. Our top gun, the dorsal gun, right? Actually, speaking of dorsal and ventral, there is one little... No, I'll show that at the end. Never mind. Ignore me. We're going to take care of the top part here. I would say here, just build a gun, honestly, out of what you have. I'll show you how I made mine, but you could probably make a cooler looking thing. It's hard because you don't want to make it too big. What I did is I started with 2 of these thingies. And my goal was to basically attach them to this T piece, thinking like, okay, if I can stick the T piece down into here, down into the Ebon Hawk like this, and then, you know, and then I'd attach the guns either side. Well, these things don't come with a hole through the middle standard. They have the start of a hole, and as I was building this, I was like, yeah, I have some that have a hole, like an actual hole through the middle that aren't just sort of like a belly button. But no, they don't actually make that. I just sort of dreamed that up out of nowhere. So, not to be defeated, I just got out a drill and drilled these. So yeah, more cheating here. But honestly, I don't care. And yeah, like, if you're not super crafty, I'll go get some drill bits real quick and just show you how I did this. I'm sure you can figure out how I did it, but yeah. Okay, drill bits. And I'll get one that's undrilled. What I did was basically took out a drill bit, stuck it in there. I would stick in the non-pointy part, like the non-drilling part, the part that goes in the chuck of the drill. Okay, 2 loose. Next one. 7/64. 2 loose. Okay. Put that back. 1/8. And like, yeah, no surprise, probably 1/8 inch fits. I was kind of surprised, I guess, because I figured Danish company, probably metric sizes, but yeah, it's like a perfect fit for a 1/8 drill bit. So nice. Nice fit there. And yeah, I just drilled this thing with like just a normal hand drill. One little piece of advice I would give, unless you're really good with hand tools, don't just hold this in your hand and try to drill it. That's what I did because I'm very comfy with hand tools. But if you're not, maybe get a pair of pliers and hold on to this. But no, better yet, maybe like cover this with like an old sock or something, like, because the plier teeth will leave a mark on here if you're holding it hard enough. So like just put some cloth or some fabric around this, then grab it with the pliers, and then like put it down on the table and drill it. If you've got an outside area to do it, be safe, drill. Don't drill your hand in half or whatever. I'm not liable for you doing that. Okay. But no, in all honesty, be safe if you're going to drill it. But if you drill it, you get a really nice looking gun. And I think a very to scale gun. Because the gun on the top of the Ebon Hawk, it's not huge in comparison to the size of the ship. And I think to scale, this might actually even be a little too large. But I mean, I feel like I built this really as small as I could. And I still got the double barrel gun look. Yeah. So basically I made, once they're drilled out, you can stick the 2 sides of the T in there and then you get something like that. Boop. So the part that's sticking up, that'll go into the Ebon Hawk. And then the other 2 are the guns. And yeah. Yeah, if you build it like this, it does have like, it can swivel, like, woo! And then you could even move the things up and down. If you drill it out to exactly 1/8, they are fairly stuck in place, as you've probably noticed, if you're actually doing it that way. But yeah, there's your little Top Gun. And I don't know, I thought it looked pretty cute. And yep, okay. So I'd said there's some stuff you could put on the bottom. I had put, if you look at the Ebon Hawk, on the bottom and like directly opposite where the gun is, like, first let me say, this thing will sit nice and flat. No one's gonna see the bottom other than you. And like, yeah, I think it looks pretty cute like this. But I wanted to put some stuff on the bottom because I think the bottom of the Ebon Hawk looks quite cool. So I put one of these round 2x2 things on the bottom here because the Ebon Hawk definitely has that that thing on the bottom. I don't know if it's like a bottom gun thing. Is it? Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, there's a corresponding, that's the word, there's like a corresponding something down there. And then, yeah, that gives you a nice place where like it'll then balance on that thing. If you want to, if you looked in the parts list and saw that I put something about landing gear, I had actually just used a bunch of these studs as landing gear on the bottom. So I'll show you how I put those on. Let's see, how many would this be? 6, 10. So if you had 10 studs, they could have a hole or not. Make 3 stacks of 2, and then just have 4 on their own. And then, yeah, flip your little friend over, and then, oh, where did I put them? I think, so the stacks of 2 are for here, here, and here, because this is one piece above this over here. So I put one of them in that hole there. And then on the opposite side for symmetry. And then this one, I put right here. Yeah. It looks weird if you put it right to the front, as you would imagine. If you wanted to be super symmetrical, and you had a stud with a hole in the top, then you could put this like right there, and you know, they would all be equidistant from the front of the ship. I didn't really care to do that way. Because I honestly think the real, like my Lego Ebon Hawk, the large one, this gap is definitely bigger. So I based it off of that. And then there's 4 to go, the 4 single studs to go along the back. You could probably see where about they go. Can I see where they go? Here's where I think I put them. This could be wrong. But I think this is what I did. If it's not, it's what I'm doing now. I'm almost certain that's where I had put them. I'll turn it sideways so you can see. On like the 4 corners, I guess? The actual like corner of these angled or these curved pieces on the back. And yeah, that's what the Ebon Hawk has, the 7 landing feet, and then that one little central thing. So I like it that way. One more thing you could do. Did I put it over here? No. Let me go get one more thing. If you want to make it look like it's flying, you could build one of these where you just like get any disc piece. You've seen these, I'm sure. And like, you know, you put it up on there. And then, you know, I always think those look kind of silly. I did make one of these for the Ebon Hawk thinking, ooh, that'll look great. And then like, yeah, you can always see it. It's like, no, that's not fooling anyone. I would honestly say if you want to make it look like it's flying, just use some fishing line and like tape it underneath a shelf. That's what I always do with my little mini Lego, uh, 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 like starfighters and stuff. So yeah. But yeah, I'd love to see what any of you make. 'Cause I don't think this thing's perfect. I love it. I spent no money to make this, really. Other than, I guess I did buy, I bought the Millennium Falcon Microfighter just because I wanted the Han Solo figure, because I didn't have a Han Solo. Even though I bought the big Millennium Falcon a while ago, it didn't come with Han Solo, and I was like, that seems an oversight. So I went and got that for Han Solo, and I think I used a lot of those pieces here. I'm sure I did. So yeah, that's a good place to start here. But yeah, I'm curious to see if any of you build this, like how much better it looks than mine. But yeah, anyway, as I mentioned at the start, sponsored by Calo NordVPN. I don't know the details here. He came up to me and gave me $20 and just said to give a shout out, and I was like, "Is there a link or anything?" He just started counting. It's like one. It's like, oh, do I give him a code? Two. I didn't want to know what happened at three, so I just took the $20 and walked away. But yeah, I put a link in the description. Calo NordVPN. Check it out. Sponsoring today's video. Okay, you've wasted an hour here. Goodbye.